What he did, in maroon and white.
It's the Southeastern Conference, and it's here, inside the press box.
It does mean a little bit more, and that's why we're all over it. SEC Football Media Days at the College Football Hall of Fame in Atlanta all week long. Our Colin Lacy and Brent Osborne hanging out there for us. Mike Grace in the MGL Production Studios. Oh, I'm just 18 miles north of the College Football Hall of Fame, just up 85. Way over yonder in Starkville. No, I guess he's in Jackson, Mississippi. Jackson, Mississippi Hotel is where we find former Mississippi State basketball stud Bart Hyche. And by the way, Bart Hyche, Arch Manning was in the building yesterday at SEC Football Media Days, and there were folks who are not buying the hype.
Rogers,
and Bart Hyche is one of the guys. You got this started.
I did.
You did. You've been preaching it that you did. You just didn't buy Arch Manning.
I'm not saying I'm not buying him. He's going to be a good quarterback.
Right.
I ain't buying him being the best quarterback in the SEC. That's what I'm not buying. And Jordan Rogers apparently agreed with me. He had him fifth.
He does indeed. He appeared on the Get Up program on ESPN earlier this week, and I did clip the audio. Now, they've got music running in the background, so forgive me for that. I couldn't figure out a way to get that out of there, and I looked for the clip all over the place without the music. But it's about 40 seconds here. It is Jordan Rogers of ESPN and the SEC Network talking about Arch Manning and the hype around the Texas quarterback.
Y'all have been drinking Paul Feinbaum's Kool-Aid for way too long. I have him as the fifth. Let me repeat that. The fifth best quarterback in the SEC. The hype train is out of control. And what are we basing this on? We're basing this on games last year against UTSA, Louisiana Monroe, and Mississippi State, who were 93rd, 103rd, and 118th in the scoring defense in the FBS last year. Look, I love Arch. I think he has a very high floor, but I don't think he's an elite talent when it comes to his arm ability, his ability to manipulate the pocket, to make guys miss, to change his arm angle. I think he's a really good quarterback, but the hype train's out of control.
I got to say this. Over the last couple of years, watching him on ESPN and especially on SEC Nation on Saturday mornings, I don't know that anybody studies film better than Jordan Rogers. He's just fantastic. And explaining it to me, the knucklehead at home, Jordan's fan. I just love him as an analyst, and you got to give some credence to what he's saying there, Bart Hyche.
I mean, the film part of studying the breakdown of just the quarterback position, how he explains it, the skill set he sees from all the different guys that he, analyzes. It's accuracy to me. I know he can run, but he going to show me he can make that 3rd and 8 throw on 3rd and 6 with a defender on somebody's back coming across the middle, or a long 13-yard out against single coverage where it's a long, second and 20, and you got to get down half of it or whatever. There's a lot of good quarterbacks in the league, and anytime that you slight someone in this world nowadays, or say that they might not be what they're being heralded to be, you don't know anything what you're talking about. He may be the best thing since Archie or Peyton or Eli. I'm just saying, I'd feel a lot more confident if this was Eli or Peyton's kid. There you go.
Well, now,
Peyton Cooper, I'm just saying, guys.
And I heard somebody talk about this the other day, and Colin, I'll let you and Brent kind of bounce this around if you want to. The fact that it is Cooper's son. Cooper was injured as a wide receiver at Ole Miss, I think in his freshman or sophomore year at Ole Miss, and was unable to play. The doctors forced him to quit. And
but what was his talent level?
Well, I don't know. We don't know, and I don't know that he was Peyton in Peyton.
All I'm saying.
Yeah.
Fans will hate this. I'm not, but I think this kid is being heralded as, and I'm just not. I don't see the hype because I'm not sure that Cooper he's not. He sure wasn't the quarterback. If that makes sense, he wasn't a quarterback. He was a receiver. I'm just not ready to elevate Arch Manning or Cooper Manning into any elite positional place in football yet.
And part of the reason he was playing wide receiver is because little brother was playing quarterback. Yeah, Peyton and Cooper played high school together for a couple of years. Yeah.
And part of it too that we talked to Craig Way yesterday, the voice of the Texas Longhorns, and we're going to catch up with him on this show a little bit later on today. But whenever you think about it, there is part of it that even though he's not Peyton or Eli's son, part of it is when he goes into these environments, it's not his first time experience environments like that. It may be the first time he's taken snaps in those environments, but he's been to NFL playoff games. He's been to Super Bowls. He's been to Pro Bowls. So the moment isn't too big for him to be able to, because he's seen it. Now it's in a different perspective, in a different light. But I thought that was part of the interesting part of what we were talking about with Craig Way, because I asked him, because I really think, and Brent and I were talking about this yesterday, I think the national side of things overblows Arch Manning so much more than the local Austin contingency. The local Austin contingency know he's really good, think he's going to be really good, but I think the national media takes it to a whole nother level that blows it way out of proportion. I mean, you looked yesterday during Sarkisian's media availability. It was unbelievable. So the way they've got it set up down on the field here at the College Football Hall of Fame, you've got the head coach will do the media availability from the big stage in the middle. Then they have 3 kind of ancillary stages off to the side, 2 in the front, 1 in the back. Normally, the quarterback usually goes to, if you're looking at the stage, the front right.
Mhm.
During Sarkisian's talk, the entire time, there was probably 15 to 20 people already standing around the stage that Arch Manning was going to be
Waiting-
when
waiting
it's
for him.
20 minutes after Sarkisian's done when he gets there. By the time Arch Manning got there, they were 5 deep in a semicircle all the way around him. It was by far, it wasn't even close to the most flooded area that we have seen so far here at SC, and I'd be shocked if there's anybody else that gets that kind of attention. But it's the only time there have been more than 1 or 2 hanging around a certain stage waiting for a player, and you're
And it
talking
hadn't even been announced yet, the location, because
Correct.
normally he doesn't announce like where the players will be
Right.
until after Sark gets off. And so me and Colin
in
were
my
back there
mind,
hoping.
I wanted it to be the complete opposite side of the
Yes.
room where they put them,
Yeah.
but they did.
But like, what's interesting is that was something that we actually talked about last night with Jake Crane and them there at Stats. Was we talked about Arch Manning, and that's one thing that Arch had discussed, or sorry, that Jake had discussed about Arch, is that the issue is the hype was way too high for him, and that no matter what he does, whether he plays good or not, it's never going to probably be good enough unless he leads them to a national championship every year that he's starting. And anything under that is not going to be good enough because the hype is so high.
He doesn't have to do a ton to keep them relevant for a playoff run. I think the talent around him, the coaching around him, for sure, is going to elevate his play. Again, I'm not there, man. I like watching people earn that type of media attention. You know, if you want to be honest, and I just don't feel like he's earned it yet.
Well, and let me say this in his defense: he hasn't asked for it. I mean, this is something the media has put together. I don't know how you can handle
I
it.
don't know if he may not have, but I'll bet you on his family's side, I think they've had a little to do with him being hyped. I don't think it's just the
I don't
media.
know about that.
I don't
What?
either, man. That's not the man.
Talking about people who go and tell NFL franchises that they're not coming there if you draft their son. Come on, man. This narrative about the media with the Mannings and Arch coming up, you're saying their family hasn't had anything to do with the media craze?
I mean, I don't think they have
These
asked
last
for it
3
and
or
brought
4
it on.
years?
I think it's because of his family that he's getting the media craze, but I don't think it's anything that they've.
You don't think they're dictating any of this? Okay.
I don't.
Not
no,
much of it.
I don't. I really don't.
I do, just like I think he's
I mean,
the 5th best quarterback in the league, like Jordan.
Wait a
Love.
minute. This is the same person that is defending Shadur Sanders and Dion.
About
Dion absolutely
I'll
is
take
doing that
Shedeur Sanders over
million
Arch Manning
times more
all
than the
day long.
Mannings.
About that.
Yeah, I don't know. I just and maybe, maybe I'm biased. I just don't. I thought they've done their very best to keep him under the radar. I mean, you look at Archie. When Archie goes to a game, he's got a floppy hat. He's got sunglasses. He's trying to hide. He's trying to hide. It's just hard to do when you're Archie Manning. All right, he's Colin Lacy,
Kool-Aid.
Brent Osborne. They're set up at SEC Football Media Days. Bart Hyche, Mike Grace with you as well. When we come back, we're scheduled to talk to the voice of the Sooners, Toby Rowland, next inside the press box.